Thank you, students and staff, for another great day at Buffalo Trail.
So he created the website SuperViz that we kind of stumbled across. And so he's coming today to talk to you guys about all things VR, starting his own company.
Hey guys, yeah, so I'm Russ. So I'm super excited to be here. So who have you all used SuperViz? Yeah? You guys like it?
Of course.
Yeah? What's the coolest thing about it?
Well, SuperViz is exciting because you just get to do anything you want on there, like create a lot of stuff to do, and I like doing with my group, creating a plant cell and creating a floor cloud.
It's not only like fun, it's actually fun and educational at the same time because you're making the cell and you're like kind of playing around.
We have a student showcase every single year where we put on students' best work, and we've evolved it over the years where it used to be the standard science fair project to something that's more technology based. We started with a project on cells, and a teacher had come to me with an idea about creating a virtual cell, a walkthrough kind of experience, almost like a touch and feel museum. Your projects, now it's going to have their own QR code. So when you, and it's my job being the lead technology person for the school, I decided to try to go down this VR road and sort of stumbled upon things and learned as I went through, much like the kids are doing. And so I went through the process of the first choice of going to places. Most things click on Google first off. And I went through their tours and looked through it, and for the purposes of our education and starting with a simple photograph and making it a VR experience, it wasn't really working for me. So I looked around, did some research, tried a couple things, failed a couple of times, and then happened on SuperViz, which turned out to be sort of groundbreaking in the way that we have started to use VR in our school. So they were tasked with starting out with a cell, be it a plant or an animal cell, and taking us, the teachers or their parents, on a tour of the cell. So they can do that physically during the showcase or the science fair, if you will, and they can show them where each part is on the cell, or they can do it digitally where they put the goggles on.
This is awesome.
Having the ease of use in SuperViz and adding in the photos, they could do it as a panoramic view, they could do it as a 360 picture, and they put it in, they've used the hot spots, they've recorded their voices, they've added photos, they've added text. They've even taken it on and gone higher than I could think of doing with it, where they figured out how to meet together in the space and bring other people in and show them their environment all at the same time. They figured it out quicker than I could figure it out, and maybe halfway through they were teaching me about everything that they could do and everything that they found.
Anytime you can involve the learning experience and technology, the students get excited instantly. It can be something they don't like, and they'll enjoy it if you have technology.
Mississippi Rivers.
Half of the kids did not really know what virtual reality was.
This is when the French first came to the Mississippi. I did a 3D wrapping of a picture, like the 3D picture thing.
They'd heard VR, but they didn't know what it was. And when we showed them a few things, they were hooked.
Yeah, it's more fun because you can make your own project and you can actually go inside of the project. Instead of like a trifold and you just look at it, you can go inside of the project and see what you've done.
And you think you're gonna remember it better because you do it this way?
Yeah.
The first software application we used was not user-friendly. And Mr. Powell found SuperViz, and less than an hour, some of the students had taken off with it. They understood how to put the hot spots and how to type, and the software was so easy. It was seamless for them to find photographs that they could use. It was seamless to have them incorporate their ideas and their research into the VR presentations. And that was gold.
Seeing that and sort of giving up that control of the class and letting them teach each other and teach us using this tool was one of the first times where I've seen sort of the power of technology used in the right way to create something that we didn't really even think of when we had started out with the original idea. With this one and having their parents in with them teaching their parents, them teaching us, it's instantaneous feedback that you've done an amazing job, and you can see the learning and just the looks on their face, like as you stand back away from the process and you see them and they're looking up and they're pointing and they're walking around the room, it blows your mind, and it really validates the work that you're doing as an educator.
Do you think it's more fun to learn this way? Do you think you can remember these things more because you did it?
I think it's much better to learn this way. I actually love doing this. This is my favorite part.
It's really easy, right? You just click on the meeting and you send a link.
So there's really no curriculum area that I can think of that would not be able to incorporate this. And as you say, it's not traditional teaching. It's not traditional learning, but it's probably the way things are going to be in the future.
I like being in VR, and I've only done it twice, so this would be my third time ever doing it.
Well, you're good at this. You know how to zoom in and everything.
Yeah.
And do you think you can use this for other subjects as well?
Yeah, I do. I really like it.
Imagine going on like a school tour to some place,
Yeah,
say
that'd
like
be awesome.
go to Paris, everyone goes together.
Yeah.
When you when you go with more than one person.
Yeah, the meeting.
Yeah, when you go into a meeting,
there.
and you put
Yeah,
all the
it's
heads in
cool.
there. Do you like the meeting?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts about it.
Just the thought of creating a field trip that can sort of live in a web-based, virtual-based space, and you can take the kids there whenever you want to, I don't see how every teacher isn't already doing this and using SuperViz.
It's really cool. I was on a beach.
We're on a beach?
Yeah.
Cool.
I thought I was going to get eaten by a shark, but luckily I didn't. I don't like sharks at all.
We created the plant cell 2 different ways. One is a panorama, and another one is a 3D view. And we loved it. It was very interesting. And we finished both of them, and when we looked it through the VR cameras, it looked amazing. We all loved it.
Learning can actually be boring at times, but when you have SuperViz and you have VR goggles, it makes learning much fun. Say learning about science, and science is boring sometimes. You can take SuperViz into it and make it funner.
I think it's easier to learn with SuperViz because I like using technology, and I think technology helps me learn better and a little quicker.
I think SuperViz was easier to use because the Google Maps thing, you have to do so many steps and things. With SuperViz, it's just like one click of a button.
Everything was super easy to use, and you didn't have to code anything, nothing like that. You could just do simple things like right click to save an image, and then you would have it on SuperViz, and it would turn it into something really magical that could help other people learn. Thank you for creating SuperViz. It was really fun to use. Thank you. You guys did a great job.
Thank you.